Ruth with Body by Ruth. I'm a personal trainer and a wellness coach. And today I am joined by my sweet pooch. This is Cooper. Cooper, say hi. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what your relationship with food is. Are you someone that is a stress eater? Are you emotionally, are you an emotional eater? Do you eat when you're hungry? Do you eat when you're bored? And I want to give you some practical tips that will help you so that you see your body and see your relationship with food as healthy and see food as something that fuels you and nourishes you. So recently I asked my clients to talk a little bit about this, and I asked them to rate, how do you relate or how do you view your relationship with food? Are you an emotional eater, a stressful eater? Do you eat when you're bored? Do you see food and just eat when you're hungry? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I had a lot of them say I'm a little bit of all of those. So it definitely is something that I know a lot of women especially struggle with. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about some things that you can do that will help you when you feel stressed or emotional. So let's take a look at that first category. So if you eat when you're stressed, or you eat because you feel emotional and that food is kind of your comfort, think about asking yourself when you're in that situation, am I really hungry? Am I gonna be happy with myself when I eat this if I'm not really hungry? And are you going to send yourself in a downward spiral of guilt and resentment later? So we don't want you to feel that way. First of all, when you're eating your food, I want you to enjoy it. I want all of your senses to enjoy it. I want you to love the way it looks. I want you to love the smell of it. Absolutely want you to love the way it tastes. And I want you to love the way it makes you feel. But ideally, we're gonna equate that way it makes you feel with, this makes me feel good because it's good for me. It's good food that is fueling my body. So if you look at the relationship of food in that it's serving your body well, it's gonna help you in your workouts, it's gonna give you energy instead of giving you a crash in the middle of the day, then you're going to see it differently. And I want you to think of the after effects. Is this something that, again, you're going to be mad at yourself for later and treat yourself badly because of that? Number one, we wanna stop that negative self-talk, and we could talk about that too, but it's mostly important that you see food as fuel that is giving your body sustenance so that you do your daily tasks and functions throughout the day. So what if you feel like you're a stressful or emotional eater? What are some practical things that you can do? Well, when you are stressed or you're emotional, why don't you call a friend? Do you have a good buddy that you know you can talk to that will keep your hand out of the chip bag or out of the Ben & Jerry's? Maybe you can go for a walk. I always stress that when you're moving your body, and especially when you're moving your body in nature, you are way more likely to de-stress than, of course, sitting on the couch with a carton of Ben & Jerry's. So getting out in nature and moving your body are really helpful in helping your body de-stress, and it's going to help you feel good about yourself, whereas overeating is not going to help yourself feel good about yourself. Okay, so what about, can you do something nice for your body, whether it's getting a massage or getting your nails done? Maybe you go to a salon and have them do them, or you can do them yourself. And it also will keep your hands out of food as well, because you don't want to mess up your manicure. All right. If you are angry, punch a pillow. If you are sad, cry. But don't go for the Krispy Kremes, and don't go for the bread and dough, because you're gonna send your body, and you're just gonna send your body all these bad messages, and your body's hormones are gonna get out of whack. You're gonna produce more cortisol, which is the hormone that creates belly fat, and you're just sending yourself on a downward spiral. So think of those things, apply those, talk to a friend, do something nice for yourself, listen to some fun music that's gonna help you feel upbeat, and ask yourself, am I eating because I'm hungry, or am I eating because I feel sad and that this food is going to feel good temporarily? It's always temporary, right? It's never going to make you feel good the next day because you're putting usually bad stuff in your body. Now, one of the biggest things that my clients said they had a problem with was portion control. So I want to give you some practical tips that you can implement that are going to help you with your portions. So let's start right off the bat. Before you eat dinner, before you eat lunch, before you eat breakfast, drink a glass of water. If you put lemon in it, even better, because lemon helps to detoxify your body. And it also helps reduce cravings for sweet stuff. So drink a glass of water. You don't want to drink so much during your meal because your meal is going to be, you want to use your own digestive enzymes to break down your food. And if you're drinking water with every sip, then those digestive enzymes aren't going to work for you. So we want good digestion, and we want our digestive enzymes doing the digesting. Another thing that you can do is eat on smaller plates. So at my house, I eat on more of a salad-sized plate, and what that does is it tells my brain I've eaten a full plate of food, even though my portion is much smaller than if I was eating on a regular dinner-sized plate. So salad-sized plate mentally tricks your brain. I'm eating a large or a full plate of food, and you're helping yourself with portions at the same time. If you happen to have some dinner with friends or family, make sure you're talking during your meal. You want to be conversing. You want to be slowing down how quickly you're putting food into your mouth. So carrying on a conversation is good. If you are by yourself, try to unplug. Try to not be mindlessly looking at your phone or watching the TV because you eat faster. And I want you to look at food and enjoy it. I want you to enjoy it with all your senses. I want you to enjoy the way it looks, the way it smells, the way it tastes, the way it feels on your tongue, the way it makes you feel. Food is something that you should enjoy. It's a celebratory thing, and we want to equate that with good stuff, and we want to also equate that with how that food is going to make you feel. And if it's good for you food, clean, lean food that is going to help you with energy, that's going to serve you by helping you sleep and not keep you awake, that is going to promote clear skin, that's great. You're going to think about all those things as you're putting that food into your body. So think of those positive affirmations that you can equate with that. All right. I recommend when you're going out to eat especially, wear form-fitting clothing. We've all been to a buffet. We've all been to restaurants that have really good wings, and we want to get our money's worth. And so we tend to wear looser clothes so that we can eat as much as we want. We go in knowing we're going to overeat. If you wear more form-fitting clothing, you're going to be uncomfortable sooner, and you're going to be less likely to go up for seconds or thirds. So form-fitting clothing, even at home, if you're wearing lounge pants and stretchy elastic, you're more likely to go back for seconds and thirds. So try to help yourself out by not allowing yourself to get uncomfortable, or not allowing yourself to be comfortable before you're full. Okay, we want to feel that discomfort to prevent ourselves from eating too much. Another tip, when you're looking at your plate, make sure most of your plate is vegetables. Okay, if you're filling yourself up with vegetables, a lot of vegetables have fiber in it. Think of your spinach and your kale. There's a lot of fiber in there. That fiber fills you up, and you're less inclined to overeat on a big hunk of meat or a potato. So those vegetables, try to eat that first. That'll fill you up, and then you're going to be able to eat less of maybe the more heavy things on your plate. Another good tip, work for your food. So if you have food that requires work, we just had crab's legs, and good night, that is a lot of work to get that meat out of the crab's leg, and it takes time. And by the time you get the meat out of it, it's like this little piece of meat and this big long crab leg. but it will make you eat slower because it takes time to get the meat out of the shell. Same with pistachios. If you're eating a snack, I like pistachios because it takes time to break the shell open and get the nut out and put it in your mouth. Edamame is the same way. If you're eating the edamame and there's a little bit of work, number one, it's an experience. It's kind of fun. You're working to get it out and it tastes good. You're using your fingers. It's fun. You're making it a fun experience, but you're not overeating at the same time. Okay, so this is a big one. Big one. When you are eating, it's really important that you don't sit with an empty bag or a big bag or a carton in your hand. So if you're gonna have some ice cream, put it in a little dish. I use like the size of a dish that you would have creme brulee in. It's a little dish, and that's your portion, okay? If you stick it in a big bowl, or if you're eating it out of the container, it's mindless. You totally lose track of how much you've eaten, and before you know it, you've got 2 cups of ice cream that you've consumed. And you know the serving for a thing of ice cream is between 1/4 cup and 1/2 cup. So you have to really reel that in, okay? So watch those portions. Same with your chips. Don't ever just take the bag and sit down at the couch. Put them in a bowl and then put them away. Don't just leave them on the counter, put them away, because you're less likely to go back and refill your bowl if you have to go a couple rooms over. So don't do that mindless munching by having the empty container or the full container or the full bag in your lap. All right, when you go out to eat, it's often helpful to start with a salad or soup and then split your entree, okay? When you are eating salad, that's roughage, that's gonna fill you up. When you're eating soup, it's liquid, and stay away from the cream-based soups. You want more of the brothy soups. Those are gonna fill you up. My husband and I usually do that, and then we'll split our entree. So, hey Cooper, so that we're not overeating. Now, if you don't have your spouse with you or your significant other, and you don't have your friends that want to share an entree, then grab a to-go box at the beginning. Ask the server, hey, can I have a to-go box right off the bat? Put half of it in the to-go box so you are ready to take half of it home, and that could be lunch for the next day. But you are less likely to eat it all. If you're out with your friends, you aren't going to be opening that to-go box to eat the other half, right? You're going to be good. And it's also teaching your brain to communicate with your stomach, oh, I've got time to process the fact that I've got enough and I'm satisfied. All right. Okay, if you have alcohol, try to drink your alcohol in a tall, skinny glass. Again, that little trick with the brain is making you think you have more than you are, and go for things that are not so sugary. So if you can do like a club soda with a little bit of vodka and some lime, that is a less sugary option. You can still have your spirit, but not suffer the consequences of the sugar. One of my favorite little combos right now is a little gin with an equal amount of fresh lime juice. And then I just muddle a little bit of mint, some fresh cucumber, some fresh ginger, and then put a little squirt of agave in there. And that is so good. It's refreshing, and I'm not inundating the drink with sugar. Just got a little agave, but I've got all my favorite flavors, the ginger, the cucumber, the mint, and it's so good. Really, really good. Good to know. All right, so one last thing is enjoy life. Know that this is your only body that you're gonna have, so I want you to take care of it. I want you to treat it with kindness. If you mess up, don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow is a new day, right? If you overeat, don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow is a new day. So hopefully you could apply some of these tips. Here's to helping you love the body you live in. See you guys.